You should have seen the surprise on my face when I woke up this morning, looked at my emails, and I saw that Ninja Kiwi themselves have personally emailed me to say, hey, we like what you do, and therefore we're going to give you exclusive access to version 42.0 update notes when it arrives, whenever it does. Excellent. You are not prepared for what we have been cooking for this update and the rest of 2024. Stay tuned, as we have been very hard at work perfecting a new system that we have had backlogged for a long while. But now it is finally time to show you what we have conjured. Grin face! Like, how can you take this seriously when there's a wink there and a grin face there? Like, I don't know what's going on within the production line at Ninja Kiwi HQ in New Zealand or wherever it is. Oh yeah, Kiwis. Okay, so new awesome. So this is like the stuff in which we are going to be getting as brand new stuff to the game. Kicking off the Easter holidays, we thought about rewarding towers in oh, I forgot. This says veteran honors. Wow. Wonder what that means. For their ongoing service to the cause of popping balloons. So over time, towers will become increasingly more powerful from both the amount of rounds that they have been placed down, along with every upgrade purchase gaining something called a OP... what? OP modifier? And why is it in quotes? Maybe it's not even OP, or maybe some things are and they're not. Whatever that means. Detail us later on in the notes. It's like the person who wrote this is like, no, I'm not too sure on what we can provide you here, so we're just going to give you a basic outline. Okay, so with veteran honors, every 10 rounds that a tower has been placed down, it will gain small but permanent passive buffs to their attack speed, pierce, damage, range, depending on the tower. Depends on what buffs they acquire as the rounds transpire, depending on the tower. So you're saying that, let's say, a Dark Monkey could get a means to be able to pop lead balloons without requiring the Juggernaut upgrade or the Crossbow Master upgrade or the Plasma Monkey Fan Club transformation or something along those lines. As the rounds transpire, along with their 100th round playdown, granting them the normal damage type and camo detection for those pesky DDTs. So Ninja Kiwi even knows that DDTs are a bit of a menace in the game. Specific passive buffs for each tower will be detailed further down in these update notes. Okay, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Okay, so we've got two new features. So one's an in-game progression and one is just a new feature. The OP modify. What was that with veteran honors? I don't know. Look, I'm not 100% sure myself on what this new feature is, but I'm just going along with what the higher ups have become. From what I've been told, this OP modifier will ensure that new two games are the same at all. Every time you place down a tower or purchase an upgrade, a random modifier from a list of tens of different modifiers can be implemented to that tower, from a massive pierce increase to straight up instant killing of pan. Further list found further down in the patches. Okay, so maybe they can't just list them here. I don't know. I'm sorry for laughing, but I was like, what the hell is going on here? I'm sure some of you will feel so far that both the veteran honors and the OP modifier features are a little over the top when it comes to their balancing, but rest assured we promise that these will make those half cash, impoppable, and chimps games far more obtainable than the previous versions of Bloons TD Event 6. After all, no two games will be the same. Why is there another winky face here? I'm not too sure. Also, Ninja Kiwi's prepared this to me in a PowerPoint presentation style, I think. So, this is obviously slide 2. So we've got, new map. Meteoric Wasteland. Our first extreme difficulty map in Bloons TD Event 6. What? People have been asking this for ages, for goodness sakes. From the surface, this map may look like a beginner map, or even an easy intermediate map. But rest assured, as you get closer to round 100, more of a map will become inaccessible as a meteor will destroy a section of a map, removing your ability to place down towers there, along with any towers that were placed there, gone. You don't get your money back from their deletion. So it's kind of like, I don't know, a Chimps game, and you set the flooded valley, you set it so that all the water goes to the left side of the map. Kind of like that sort of thing, but in a Chimps game. Many fans have been wondering when we are going to add the extreme difficulty into Bloons Tower Defense 6, previously in Bloons Tower Defense 4 and 5. Now we feel it is time to 4.2.0 place it out with a boom. We're looking forward to anyone who can blackboard this map. Winky face, I'm looking at you, Chom Chom. New quests. Oh, lovely. Always new quests within a new update nowadays. So we got transformed Adora's devotion. There's no information about it, but I presume that something along the lines of being able to transform Adora by not necessarily, by necessarily having the true sun god alongside her. Heroes only chimps, but we can only place down once, so maybe we can place down as many as we can, so we can get Quincy, Gwen, Corvus, Adora, Zeely, all of them down at once. Then again, should that be like a new mode or something along those lines? I don't know. Phase anomaly detectives. Okay, so there might be some lore added into the game regarding the phase boss. Although it has been mentioned that Phase never turns up to meetings sometimes when it comes to boss balloons because we don't know where to find it. New trophy store items, heroes. Void Dora's black hole pet. It doesn't actually suck anything around it. It floats around, may even disappear off the map from time to time. So you're saying that I purchased a skin, and yet from time to time I can't even see it when I have it equipped? What are you on about? Corvus' Skullhound pet. Ooh. A faithful companion that follows Corvus around wherever they go. Loves belly rubs. This is my new favourite update so far. Balloons. Bad sus skin. This is a Monos moment, isn't it? Isn't it? Sorry. It looks kind of sus, though. Always vote pink out first. Also, after ejected sound effect from popping the bad, so you give a do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Every time you pop a bad, that would be annoying after a while. Let's see. Game and UI. Oh, hold on. So, from one of the most the most recent update in Bloons Tower Battles 2, we're getting a Adora avatar, like for our avatar sort of thing, but it's like the Fate Weaver version, which we can't even get in the game, but this avatar's been included. And blue balloon screen of death. Oh, great. That's going to give the mechanics and all that sort of people a nightmare, or just anybody who owns a PC. Limited time only. Oh, so this is something you can only get in the when the update initially releases. Moab Mine Barrel. It's a barrel. Wait, is that actually a reference? New CT Team Store items. Due to the new mechanics put into the game going into Update 42, unfortunately I've not added anything new to this part of the game. Rest assured that we have many new aesthetics added into Update 43 and beyond. Oh, the derogatory fans won't be too happy. Okay, next slide here. Loves belly rubs. That's my favourite part of the update so far. Okay, so game changes and additions. As requested from many players, custom challenge boss events are available through the boss challenge scenario, along with all of the different sliders from custom challenges included, along with a boss health slider, boss speed slider, paragon limit slider, etc. This is brilliant because this is for people who, like myself actually, who don't want just normal and just 100% everything. People can turn up to 500 or 1000% everything. Okay, let's just talk about the next one bit because this is stupid, honestly. Quarter cash mode for those who thought cash mode was too easy. Why is there another wink face here? Oh gosh. What are they going to include as well after half cash or something? Oh dear. Okay, Among Us map editor custom pack. Now you can make your maps look kind of sus, to say the least. Or 100% such from first glance. So, yeah, so like the, what we have at the beginning of the year, I'm not too sure now. It wasn't an Easter one, but we definitely had a Christmas pack for the Christmas season. But we definitely had one after that. Oh gosh, Monkish language. For those who love their own language, you can now play Bloons TD 6 in the Monkish language. I think the last one that was added was Arabic, so I'm gonna look forward to trying to read the writing on the screen in this language. Okay, new achievements. Extermination. Isn't it supposed to be extermination? Maybe it's in reference to someone. Okay, complete 50 chimps games using only 2 towers. One of them must be the Flying Fortress, while the other tower must be a different tower. So I presume that you can't just put, let's say, Flying Fortress and then, let's say, Sorter, for example. No, that could be one of your 50 combinations, but we can't do that 50 times. No, it has to be a different tower. But then again, it could also be like different upgrades, which predicates, like, let's say, the Tax Zone or the Inferno Ring. But then again, you kind of need something else alongside the Flying Fortress in certain cases. Especially when reading the patch notes of this update, just going through the different slides, it's like, oh, for goodness sakes, they really nerf Flying Fortress here, for goodness sakes. The Index Master. What? Index Master? Complete a chimps game using only 1 type of tower twice. So I presume that's 2 games using only a single kind of tower, so let's say a ninja monkey or an engineer monkey. 10 different 2-tower chimps combinations and 10 different 2 Mega Pops chimps games. Pretty neat, actually. Give it some homage to the Bloons TD 6 Index website. That's pretty neat. What? We could have given this a more original name, for goodness sakes. We don't even have 10 Paragons in the game. Construct a flare of Paragons. Construct 10 Paragons in a single game at degree level 100 outside of co-op. I'm not too sure what to say about that one, really, because you can't even get the achievement at the moment. Chom of Mines. Okay, so this is kind of like Josh's Constant, but it's only for super mines. Purchase for super mines in chimps on an expert map, and because of the fact that we're getting an extreme difficulty map or above. Yeah, this is... how many players are going to be able to do this, honestly? Like, how many of you are going to sit down and try and fathom out a strategy? Especially since the fact that Chorus was nerfed in Update 41. Let's see. Bug fixes and general changes. A ton of localization changes. Okay, so this is kind of like in every single patch that comes out. Exclamation mark over map editor indicating that it is a new feature should no longer appear after using the map editor at least once and or when all purchasable packs in the map editor have been purchased. So yeah, when people go into the map editor, it always has that exclamation sign by it indicating that it's something new. If you have everything, then yeah, that should be gone. Toggleable button by the Prince of Darkness under Monkeys. So I presume that's under main menu. You click on that and then you go to your monkeys. On the main menu to change it between the Prince of Darkness and Soulbind, as many have requested for its return. We don't know why. Yeah, we don't know why though. Why have people requested for this to return? It's like, that was gone since like update 3 or something, wasn't it? Soulbind? I don't know. Who's going to do the first 2TC with Soulbind update 42? Oh, goodness sakes. Like, what is Ninja Kiwi concocting up? And why they listen to everybody? Some things should not be taken notice of. Okay, map-specific fixes and changes. Upon loading back into a game on Polyphemus, the eye should no longer close if already opened, along with no longer automatically deleting towers under the influence of the eye. So I think there's something that a few people have pointed out, actually. That is, when you failed a round, let's say if you're on round 8 and you failed that round, you already opened up the eye, but yet because of the fact that the eye itself, and maybe actually round 8 was a poor example, maybe like round 48 or something, you opened up on round 46 and you fail the round, but you load back into the map, and then for some odd reason the eye is closed, or the eye is open, but none of the towers you put inside it are now gone. They're all gone. Okay, Palisades and resort will no longer block line of sight for towers. Okay. Like, I can see certain niches behind that, but it's like 0.001 niche. There's probably one comment made by somebody, and Ninja Kiwi was like, nah, we gotta do that. Okay, after many requests, Glacial Trail now freezes towers for 5 rounds rather than 2 for extra... Okay, this winky face is annoying me now. Rather than 2 for extra difficulty? Glacial Trail is hard enough as it is, for goodness sakes. Balloons now travel at 75% speed while on water on any map that includes water on the track, but will travel at 125% speed while on a track with water on the track but not on the water. So let's say, okay, off the coast, for example. So you got the beaches on off the coast. So when they initially spawn and when they exit the map, they go slower, but when they're on the beach, they're faster for some odd reason. Moabs and bosses are unaffected except rock balloons. Well, we're getting rock balloons are kind of the size of the balloons themselves, and they're weak to water, if you know, like Pokemon, stuff like that. Like, water is strong against rock. Fifth, I'm going to eat a fig. Click on a pigeon on another brick, okay? This is really random. A massive pigeon will spawn instead, causing line of sight blockers. And knowing where the pigeons are, they'll predominantly be bad for the upside of the map. So yeah, this will give you a reason to not click on pigeons. Erosion in its current state is too challenging. You can say that again to be an advanced map. So now any tower that would otherwise disappear from the disappearance of ice won't be removed, as the ice beneath them won't disappear. So I think this is related towards the towers. Though upon selling or moving the tower, the ice beneath will disappear. Okay, so that's a nice compromise, actually. So you can't just exploit that spot for like another tower in mind here. Geared in its current state. Okay, what the hell was Ninja Kiwi smoking when they think Geared was too easy to be an advanced map? No, it should be the other way. It's too hard. So we are moving this map to be a beginner map, along with the big and small gears are now constantly rotating, rather than only rotating when the round ends another wiki. So this is even more incentivizing military towers. Why would you put this under beginner? You need the hero experience for them to be viable. I don't know. It's like, I looked at these patch notes. I was like, I'm really excited to cover this and thank you, but the more I'm looking at this, I'm more like, can you just release these on the day of when the update comes out for everyone? On covered gardens, you can now apply abilities like overclock to a tower that is covered over by the glass above, while the tower is in question, is still unclickable outside of abilities. Okay, so this is an issue actually, because it's like you can't exactly pick them up or anything like that. Actually, like it doesn't specify what abilities can be used and what can't be used, because let's say with Sorda, you can use her level 3 ability just fine. But if you want to move sort of out, you can't do that because, well, the glass is above them. And you can't you probably could, but then the glass would be smashed. So yeah, anything that doesn't require like a physical object to interact, yeah, I can understand that, which is good. The 2 drawers on Midnight Mansion by both balloon spawn points can now fit monkey farms on them. You can only fit 2 of them in anyways. Any druid placed on the tree in tree stump receives an additional 1 damage and 1 pierce. Is that just because it's on a bunch of wood, or just a tree stump in general? It's like, yes, they throw wood, and they're on wood. One with nature. I don't get this. Ice monkeys placed on any cold themed maps receives an extra 25% attack speed and pierce. Subsequently, ice monkeys will lose 25% attack speed and pierce on any hot themed map. So I could say like Erosion or Winter Park or Skates, anything along those lines. Ice monkeys will be stronger, but then on maps like Inferno and Sulphur Springs, ice monkeys will be weaker. Okay. I wonder if they could do say like that, but with like fire attacks, but for the other way around. On Winter Park, a monkey farm, sun temple, or true sun god placed on the fountain will stop the fountain water animation from performing due to their large footprints. Okay, physically I can see why that would happen, but at the same time it's like, it's a game about monkeys throwing darts. Like, what's that gonna do? On round 100, the statue on Hedge will summon a laser that will wipe out the bad down to his children after 5 seconds into the round. Good luck getting 2 Mega Pops on Hedge. No, all those people that want to get 2 Mega Pops on Hedge. Just pick a different map, honestly. Hedge is not the easiest map, but it's definitely not the hardest map out there. Next slide. I see that the title and this here. Wait, what is that there? Oh gosh, I don't want to know actually. Map specific fixes changes con. I presume that stands for continue. Encrypted secret Easter egg is now active. So that must to do with the different the debris that you can remove and like different towers you could place down, hoping that you can have some kind of interaction with the map. So that's now active. But then again, isn't that statue similar to the one in Dark Dungeon? I don't know. Bloons Prime's boss route for bosses only is now implemented for bads to travel on. Okay, so that kind of makes the bad around 100 a tad bit easier to deal with. But then again, for the second leg of the journey, wouldn't it be harder because you have more towers on the left-hand side of the map than the right-hand side of the map? But then again, Bloons Prime, like Geared, incentivizes military towers. Gosh. Sniper monkeys on firing range now causes bullet holes to appear on the stone wall. So imagine it's like on the top of the map. There's like a stone wall up there. So if you have sniper monkeys on it, now like over time they can cause bullet holes to appear on the wall. Physically that kind of makes sense. And as time goes on, it'll be cooler to see what kind of like object might be behind the stone wall. It could even be a hint to update 43 for all we know. Okay, where are we? Contrary to the ice monkey buffs on cold maps and debuffs on hot maps, the opposite is true for any towers with a fire type. So damage type. 25% increase to attack speed and pierce on hot themed maps, while a 25% decrease on cold themed maps. So it's kind of like, let's say, Dragon's Breath. That performs better on Inferno and Sulphur Springs than, let's say, on 1-2 Tree or any of those kind of maps. Any balloons popped on Sulphur Springs now sinks into the lava rather than being outright popped. Okay, that's a bit menacing. Kind of made this a bit darker than it is. Due to the low gravity on the moon, towers with legs can now move a short distance from their current spot on moon landing, providing that there is space for that tower to land on. Yes, you can't just bonk on another tower's head and be like, hey, I want to join ya. Can I join ya? No, go over there. Similar to the conveyor belt on Workshop, balloons traveling down the... By the way, there's a lot of map-specific changes here and fixes. Balloons traveling down the slide on Water Park now move 50% faster. Like, logically, that makes sense because the water will actually make them travel down, just like the conveyor belt on Workshop. Moab's unaffected. Okay, so it's definitely not a expert map by any means necessary. On Workshop, both reverse motor and track extensions now last 30 seconds. Because didn't one of them last for 30 seconds and the other one just for 20? Okay, that kind of even things out. Bloons is now accessible to play outside of a challenge. So nice! We can actually get some trophies on that map and get some moolah. And for people to see why Bloons is an expert map and not an advanced map that people keep saying that it is because of the extreme short length. Adora's temple map color scheme now depends on which Adora skin you have active. But what about if you haven't got Adora unlocked yet? Is it just by default the default skin of Adora? That's probably the case actually. Any spooky themed maps now okay, define spooky please. Now provide an additional 25% attack speed and pierce to Necromancer's Prince of Darkness sold by Azili and Corvus. Spooky skeletons on the cabin, they go faster. Attack damage, pierce, and speed are now doubled for all engineer monkeys, including the Master Builder Paragon on Workshop. I suppose it's because of the fact that there's all those boxes with what looks like sentry guns inside, so that could be the case. Fresh from the factory, working at its most optimal performance. Okay. The statues on chutes have always been just a mirage. You can place towers inside them and they don't provide line of sight blockers. Oh, great. What about all the other times I try to play and shoot and I have to remove the statues before I can put something down? Like, apparently it's always been just a mirage. Quad now has 8 tracks instead of... What? Where one balloon goes left, the next one goes to the right. Oh, for goodness sakes. I'm not going to question that one. Let's just move on. Every 10th round upon starting a game on Dark Jones. Okay, so I like the specificness of it. So, upon starting a game, the candles automatically go out, making the map significantly darker and more difficult to see balloons. Oh, great. Just another thing to make the map even more difficult. Flooding the valley on Flooded Valley now draws money for your personal bank account instead of in-game cards. Okay, so number 1, how do you know what my details are? And then number 2, that's just giving a big incentive for people not to do that. Unless, I don't know, you have some kind of really weird fantasy that Ninja Kiwi steals your money because you're playing on a specific map. Okay. For a cost of 1,000 per tree, you can now remove the trees on the ravine, creating more space for towers to be placed down. And also removing some line of sight blockers as well, because ravine is an absolute bane that should be an extreme difficulty map. Just like bloody puddles as well. But that's kind of good, actually. Also, the same price as like the trees that you would remove on Dark Castle. Just only one at a time in this case. Tower and hero specific fixes and changes. Okay. Entering and re-entering a session. So exiting and re-entering a session should no longer remove the submerge and unsubmerge button. Okay, so that's a big thing that happened in update 41. It's like you try and submerge or unsubmerge or submerge to support submarine, and it's just the button's just not there anymore. So it's either stuck unsubmerged or stuck submerged. So this is something that's pretty big. Spirit of Forest track vines after feedback should now be able to damage balloons again on Glacial Trail while frozen, because yeah, it's like Ninja Kiwi saw this as a bug. Like, even when the vines are on the track or the thorns on the track, it's like they should still be able to damage because it's a passive attack. Cross-pathing glues from different glue gunners should now stack together rather than one cross-path taking priority. This is big. This is really big. I have so many scenarios in 2 megapot scenarios where the glue storm or the glue strike just takes priority over the Moab glue. And it's like I can't slow down the Moabs at all because the glue strike or glue storm just keeps taking priority over them sometimes. Okay. So I presume this is like the Balloon Sabre and the Grand Saboteur. Ninja Monkey abilities, while active, should carry over now to... Oh, okay, this is what I think it is. This is pretty big. BFB Submerged, for example. So while the ability is still active, any balloons that are smaller than it that spawn from it after being popped, yeah, that's pretty big. Azili and Balloon Master Alchemist should no longer crash game while they target the same balloon. Yeah, I've had this issue actually where sometimes I have both Azili and the Balloon Master Alchemist down. I think it's like they target the same balloon, and because they try and shrink it down or decrease its HP upon percentage or a fixed rate, it's like, no, you're trying to do 2 different things simultaneously and it just crashes the game. The Vengeful True Sun God should no longer be able to leave its platform hit for your screen attack. What is this? This is like some kind of Red Room paranoia sort of thing. Or paranormal sort of thing, for goodness sakes. 4XX Darting Gunner should now correctly follow your cursor wherever your cursor is. Where's the ears part? On multiple monitors, this will cause interesting results. So you could say I'm working on a Word document while playing the game, and the beam just moves over to my Word document. Yeah, that's something I really like to have. Corvus's Soul Barrier... Corvus's Soul Barrier Soul... what? Did you mean it? Oh, shouldn't that be spell rather than... I don't know. Is now disabled in chimps to reflect a more appropriate game of the H part of chimps. So that's heart. So you can't use it anymore. Just like you can't use Geraldo's Quincy action figure. Jiangshi sort of now wears sunglasses and performs a tab when with his chains when reaching level 20. Why Jiangshi Sorta of all the heroes? Aren't they like one of the most gloomiest ones? Okay, on the newly introduced Bloons TD defense extreme difficulty category. Okay, towers and heroes XP are set to 1.5. Okay, because we'll be like, well, what's their tower or experience rate going to be like? Because of the fact that we have not yet had that for heroes and stuff like that. Hero and tower balance. With the newly introduced veterans honors and OP modifier features, we're now removing the damage tower type of normal and acid on all towers. What? This is like some of the only ways to do a 2-tower chimp scenario, and you're doing that? Why? Why are you making us suffer? Just like we did with the biggest one. You remove its normal damage type to explode. Okay, for goodness sakes. Except support towers. Okay, so we're kind of like a supporting role still. To compensate, we're giving each tower effective buffs to make those upgrades worthwhile. Like, the normal and acid damage type is what make them worthwhile. Oh, hello here. Quincy. The time is now for Quincy to not only be a means for attacking balloons, but also support other crossbow-wielding towers near Quincy. People have been asking this for ages. Like, can Quincy share his knowledge for crossbow wieldery with other towers? Bottom path, dark monkey lovers rejoice! Level 2, Quincy grants crossbows and above dark monkeys +1 pierce. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Giving them the means to be able to go for another bloom. Level 6 Quincy grants crossbows and above dark monkeys do double the damage. Is that when Quincy fires 2 arrows rather than 1? So it's like, in this case, it's like, well, okay, we're not going to tell the crossbow to shoot 2 crossbows at once, which is going to make each crossbow do more damage. Level 8 Quincy grants sharpshooter and above dark monkeys triple crit damage to bloody hell. So with Quincy, sharpshooters and above will be Moab killers, except for like DDTs, because apparently Ninja Kiwi is axed with normal damage type. Okay, so Quincy continue. Level 9 Quincy grants crossbow dark monkeys and above an additional 2 pierce. That's pretty neat. Additional 1 pierce, so a little bit less than level 9. Level 9, so 14, sorry, grants sharpshooters and above quadruple crit damage to Moab. Goodness sakes. What was Ninja Kiwi smoking here? And level 19 Quincy grants dark monkeys and above additional 2 pierce, along with granting crossbow masters. Okay, so I'm glad they put the S here, because you can get that monkey knowledge point that allows you to put down 2 crossbow masters. Triple the damage. Just straight up triple the damage. That's the base damage, I presume. Oh dear. What is Ninja Kiwi going up on in their HQ, honestly? Okay, Striker Jones. As part of a change to remove the normal damage type, except support towers, obviously, we're now removing Striker Jones's passive ability to grant all explosive type damaging towers the means to guarantee damage to black players, while providing some much needed utility to you're going on about. Level 19 level 19 Jones, I presume, no longer grants explosive damage type attacks, including Striker Jones themselves, a 100% chance to pop black balloons, but grants explosion damage type attacks a 20% chance upon impact to stun black balloons, including this is brilliant actually, because you could just spam a load of bombs, and obviously if you give them camera detection or remove their camera status, they can just stall a DDT for all they know. So that in some ways is more utility. But then you could just, wait a minute, is Ninja Kiwi also going to nerf the Moab Eliminators' ability damage? I can sense them removing the normal damage type of a Devoured attack, but the ability, come on now. Oben Greenfoot. In accordance to which skin Oben has currently equipped, Oben will be able to have unique synergies with a particular druid cross path. We're thinking about this with other heroes with certain towers, but Oben's going to be our trial. Shouldn't you put your full dedication to this rather than a trial run? We're also making Oben affordable in gyms again, yes, while taking away Oben's early means early gaming, sorry, of popping lead burns. Okay, so that's kind of why Oben was such a strong starter, is because the only weakness Oben had was purples. But like Oben can just put down brambles for purples and camos. Oben green for placement costs reduced from 650 to 600. I presume this is like medium difficulty prices. Level 1 wolf spitter damage. Attack damage type changed from plasma to energy, so it cannot pop either leads or purples now. Okay, so level 14 wolf spitter. Okay, so this is what it means by early means of popping leads. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Okay, so continue onwards. Level 5 Oben, original Oben, grants middle path druids and above increased attack range. Ocean Oben grants Druid of a Storm and above storms increased lifespan. So when they summon out a tornado source, the amount of time that they're on screen increases. Okay, so that could be quite useful. Mountain Oben, so I presume, yeah, this is bottom path. And above, 5 seconds of being idle before attack speed bonus resets. Because isn't it like 2? This is pretty neat if that is the case. Let's see. Level 9 original Oben grants middle path druids and above fawns a longer lifespan and increased pierce. So I presume when they summon fawns on the ground, like the singular fawns, that they last longer and have increased pierce. Okay, that's pretty neat. Ocean Oben grants Druid of a Storm druids and above larger storms and increased pierce. This was pretty interesting. That's kind of what we have already for level 9. And then level 9 Oben grants Druid of a Wrath and above bonus damage alongside bonus attack speed. So it's not just the attack speed that goes up, but it's also the amount of damage that they do per throw. Like, yeah, bottom path druids are kind of a way to go here. Original Oben on level 18 grants middle path druids and above a chance to stop balloon movement with thorns if pierce cap is met. That's pretty cool actually, because it's like once you have your pierce cap met, the projectile just sort of disappears. So in this case, it just has another utility, although the pierce is not specified here. Slows down Moabs only. BFBs and above unaffected. Okay, so this doesn't make it OP in a way. Also, grants for Spirit of the Forest additional bonus damage to ceramics wall attacks. Okay, so it's now even more effective against ceramics. Jesus Christ. Level 18 Ocean Oben grants his top path druids and above bonus damage to lead and fortified balloons of water attacks. Wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Isn't that meant to be... Yeah, that's meant to be... Okay, this might be a typo here, definitely. Grants 5... So, grants for Superstorm Druid a 20% chance to stun Moab-class balloons with Superstorm attack after Moabs have landed back on the track, excluding Battle Blasters. So every time a Moab-class balloon is chucked back on the screen, there is a small chance in which that balloon is then stunned on the spot. But aren't you already providing that kind of leverage with just for blowback anyways? Now it's going to take even longer to go through a round when relying on Superstorm for pops. And then here we go. Level 18 Mountain Oben grants his bottom path druid and above, automatic bonus attack speed. Automatic bonus attack speed and bonus damage at the start of... Okay, so... It's like the bonuses that they would have otherwise that they accumulate. That's just there from the start of the round until they stop attacking. And grants Druid of... Avatar of Wrath camo detection and retains bonus attack speed and bonus damage at all times. Yeah, bottom path Druid is the way to go here, for goodness sakes. Okay, Captain Churchill. We're still not quite satisfied with how Churchill handles with hordes of lesser balloons from being whittled down from ceramics. So we're going to make his horde clear up slightly harder. Looking at this is not slightly, this is significantly. As Ninja can we even tested this out anyways. So level 1 peers go from 12 to 7, level 2 15 to 10, and 20 to 5. So to 25 would be a bloody big nerf. So 20 to 15, so it still has a bit of potential, but obviously it's been axed quite a lot here. Like 5 is a pretty big amount of PS that you just lost right there. Okay, we'll be giving Benjamin some changes here. Given with how much Benjamin is used in boss events, going against those Geraldo, we're going to delay that entry to bonus money at the end of each round. Okay, so by making Benjamin more expensive, okay. Along with reducing the amount of experience Benjamin gains each round to decrease with bonus money gained later in the game. Okay, so this is some part with like Chorus. Benjamin experience earn rate decreased 1.5 to 1.71. So basically, they level up more slowly. This is what it's coming to be like. And then placement cost of Benjamin increased from 1,200 to 1,500. Crikey, yeah. They really want to make it so that Benjamin is not that easy to place down. Okay. Azili. We're making Azili's late game usage even more... Isn't Azili already good enough late game? Or we're making Azili more accessible to newer players. So, basically, we're making the early game and late game more viable. So, level 1 tick damage increased from 1 to 2. That's pretty neat. Attack range increased from 40 to 50. That's pretty neat as well, actually. Attack cooldown reduced from, sorry, level 5, from 1.2 to 0.825. What's with these weird numbers? Level 6 tick damage increased from 2 to... Crikey, this thing can insta-kill a pink balloon. Level 7 sacrificial totem extra pierce increased from 1 to 3. Extra attack speed from plus 17.6 to plus 23. Again, why so specific? Extra attack range from plus 20% to plus... Okay, this is the biggest part, actually. Plus 20% to plus 50%. A 150%, essentially. Level 8 tick damage to Merv class balloons increased from 30 to 40. That's pretty cool. Level 11 attack range increased from 50 to 65. You know, Azili is becoming really long range here with her attacks, for goodness sakes. Grants undead balloons bonus pierce from plus 50% to plus 60%. Yeah, I'm glad they specified it like this, because there's obviously the balloons undead and the Moab undead and the BFB undead. Is this also affecting Magus Perfectus? I don't think so, because it's a Paragon. Level 12 tick damage to Moab class balloons, so it increased from 40 to 75. What is going on here? Ninja Kiwi really wants people to use Azili. Level 13 splash radius increased from 8 to 15. Attack pierce increased from 5 to 50. Excuse me? You could just wipe out hordes of balloons with just one voodoo magic spell. Level 15 attack range increased from 65 to 8. Goodness sakes. It's like they're trying to make this thing like the same range as the crossbow master or something. Tick damage increased from 5 to 7. It's like you can like wipe out a zebra balloon or something. If I remember correctly. Yeah, because 5 is pink, 6 is black or white, and then 7 zebra, yeah. Level 17 splash radius increased from 15 to 22. What? Attack pierce increased from 50, which is already big, to infinite. So it does mean how many balloons are within Azili's attack radius. It's like, nah, you're just gonna die. Level 19 tick damage to Merv class increased from 75 to 500. Oh gosh, like Azili is getting huge buffs here. Levels 20 sacrificial totem lasts for 75 seconds, provides plus 2 pierce, plus 35%. Wait a minute. This was just an outright... No, wait. Yeah, that's an outright nerf. Unless there's an add-on to that. Plus 23.9 attack speed and percentage. And costs 0 lives, which means you can use it in gyms. Bloody hell. Because those are some big boosts. I think Ninja Kiwi should change the attack range so it's like 65 if they really want to go all out. Because I think it's like, it's either that's going to accumulate on top of this, or there's a typo here, just like with the druid situation earlier. I don't know. Hugs! I love hugs! Pat Fatsy damage type, normal to shatter. It's really weird because with a Zealy, they didn't change their damage type one on the Heartstopper so that they can't pop purples anymore. Because that was something that was only added, like, not too recently, where if you use a Heartstopper ability, then purples are susceptible to Zealy's attack. So it's like, they're probably not changing the ability damage type of certain towers. Level 10 Big Squeeze ability can now target Lich Soul Boss Balloon. This is pretty big actually, so you can insta-kill one of those. Now, level 20 Big Squeeze ability stuns both surviving Moab class balloons and... wait, nearly? I think this is meant to say nearby. Nearby non-Moab class balloons from where the surviving Moab class balloons landed. So this is pretty neat actually. So it's kind of like causes a splash radius around them. Oh, look at this, Adora! We're now giving additional benefits to Vengeful Transformed Adora rather than just aesthetic changes. Also, Transformed Adora can now float on water similar to level 20 Corvus as Adora floats upon transformation. Yeah, because that actually makes kind of sense. So, level 9 main attack grants increased fortified damage from +1 to +2. That's pretty neat. Level 13 main attack grants increased fortified damage from +2 to +5. That's also pretty cool. Level 19 main attack grants increased fortified damage from +5 to +10. You're wiping out fortified balloons there. Also strips fortified property off of non-Moab class balloons. Okay, so I think in some ways Ninja Kiwi is trying to make it so that more towers and stuff can actually do the work of removing the fortified property off of balloons rather than just, you know, the usual shattering smells. Level 20 Blood Sacrifice grants Adora camo detection while active. So just yoink a monkey out of existence, and that DET over there, it's no longer a DET, it's just nothing. Okay, Transformed Adora and Vengeful no longer requires the Middle Path Ice Tower to keep it on water. Yeah, that's kind of going with what the description was over here. Okay, Vengeful Transformed Adora attack damage increased from +18 to +60. Okay, I think from reading all of this, everything's doubled, but yet because of the attack speed cooldown halving as well, it means it's quadruple the damage. This is literally 4 times more powerful than regular Transformed Adora. Oh, the bottom one as well. Adora, Vengeful Transformed, you can read all of this by the way. Adora Blood Sacrifice gains maximum benefits regardless of cost of tower sacrifice. So let's say you could put down a monkey city. You could just put down 3 dark monkeys, and because of the fact that you get maximum benefits regardless of the tower of sacrifice by its cost, it's like Vengeful Transformed Adora is just so hungry that anything will just feed it. Oh, for goodness sakes. Admiral Brickle, granting Mega Mind similar treatment to Mobile Animator a few updates ago. Oh, what do you mean by this? Where remaining damage left over from explosions can damage and potentially instantly destroy lesser balloons to prevent a gigantic amount of ceramics simultaneously appearing. Oh dear. Level 10 plus Mega Minds can damage not just the initially targeted balloons but also smaller balloons if damage is left over. So they're not changing the targeting damage type of Mega Minds in this case. So I think it is like abilities still retain the normal damage type or the acid damage type. Louise, Etienne, drones not being affected. What do you mean by Etienne not being affected by? Okay. Enable some missed opportunities for only the permanent drones that Etienne has. I don't know why I got the has one. We're changing this. Etienne can now be affected by overclock to affect drones permanently on screen, but does not apply to ability activated drones, the UCAV, or the permanent UCAV? I think because that's also permanent, they should do this as well. Like increase the attack rate of the permanent UCAV when Etienne reaches level 20. But then again, that could collide with the ability active one. So yeah, I kind of see why that is the case. Enchanted Blades no longer enable Sworder to damage leads with the default attack. In compensation for this, we're giving Sworder benefits elsewhere. Okay, so damage type change from normal to shatter. Grants additional damage to camo, regrow, and all fortified balloons to +10. Then we go to +19. Level 19 is +15. Level 20 Sword now increases attack range from 25 to 35. Oh, there is another one. Sword now grants bonus damage to balloons taking damage by fire. So when a balloon is lit on fire, Sword is like, nah, here's another thing that I could do bonus damage to. Like on top of the other things that I can do bonus damage to. Oh, goodness. Wait a minute. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one, I think. Yeah, here we go. I clicked on the wrong slide there. Okay, so it's time for the bat to feel some vibrations. This won't have consequences, we swear. Oh, no. It's going to have drawbacks to it. Level 13 Psy will no longer be able to pop purple balloons. Instead, every fourth use of the Psychic Blast ability grants an additional pulse. Okay, so every time it pulses out, there's a chance that it now pulses out 4 times rather than just 3. Along with every 5th use of Sonic Scream grants a second scream 10 seconds after the first scream. So this could be pivotal on some shorter maps. Okay, level 20 Psy acquires a new ability. Even the biggest crumbles. Isn't that reference to Psy saying even mountains crumble? Enables Psy for a short time to target and destroy bat. Upon end of ability usage, Psy will not be able to attack used abilities and stops cooldowns of all abilities for 15 seconds. So this is what the consequences of this were telling us here. It's like, yeah, you can pop bats now, but for goodness sakes, you may not want to. But then again, it could be like around 100. It's like, we could just pop this button and just delete the bad with a single click of a button. Okay, Geraldo. Sharpening Stone now have unique synergies to sub-towers of a sharp damage type tower with sub-towers outside of the sharp damage type. Oh, okay. Starting for now with the Century Expert and Champion Engineers. So I think in this case you are even more incentivized to go middle path than bottom path, because going bottom path means that the nail gun goes from sharp to shatter. Let's see. Sharpening Stone at level 5 for cold centuries, plus 10% AoE, so area of effect, and 10% pierce. Okay, that's pretty neat. The same with bomb centuries. Level 5 crush centuries grants plus 5 pierce. Doesn't really have enough pierce anyways. But again, this is even more vital for energy centuries, which kind of have a lower pierce cap anyways. Champion centuries grants 15 pierce to a main attack, a plus 15 and 50 more pierce to the explosions that the champion centuries make. Oh, that's pretty cool actually, especially for like in scenarios where you're entirely relying on the century champion to pop balloons in a massive horde. Level 15 Sharpening Stone for cold centuries grants 25% AoE increase and 15% pierce, but then it's flipped 15% AoE and 25% pierce increase for bomb centuries. Okay, Crush Centuries grants plus 20 pierce and a 10% chance to stun ceramic burns. It's not very high, but I can see why. If you like round 63, you can stun a few of them actually. But this is actually pretty neat actually. For the energy centuries, grants plus 20 pierce and gains aggressive seeking behavior. So if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like the seeking shuriken from the ninja monkey, where if another balloon is nearby, it just goes to that balloon and damages that one as well. So that is pretty cool. Don't know how lasers can do that though. But then again, we have this. For the champion centuries, plus 30 pierce to main attack and plus 100 pierce to the explosion. So it's just essentially doubling from the level 5 sharpening stone. So this just in a way just makes you want to use the middle path cross path with the top path century engineer monkeys just even more now when you have Geraldo on the field as well. There we go. I thought Gwendolyn was somewhere missing. Okay, Corvus. To make chimps feel more like chimps, we're disabling one of Corvus's... Okay, so it's written correctly here. Corvus's soul barrier spell is disabled in chimps. Yeah. That makes it feel more like a chimps game rather than cheesing it by letting a few balloons go where they should have otherwise been bobbed. Okay, Gwendolyn. We didn't forget about a pyromaniac. We just saved her notes for last in the hero section. As her changes come up in update 42, we'll make them an absolute powerhouse. Yeah, definitely. From the get-go, Gwendolyn can just pop rainbow balloons. Just outright pop them. And main attack Pierce increased from 12 to 15. Gwendolyn's cocktail fire now lasts for 30 seconds, deals 10 damage per tick, and has infinite Pierce. Bloody hell, you can deploy a few of these down at a given point in time. Probably rivaling the amount Marines can have given at a given point in time. Especially with like Energize on the field as well. Heats Up now activates every 5 shots and grants affected towers insta-killing to frozen and lead balloons. Rather than just bonus damage, just wipe them out instantly. Just melt them down. Gwen main attack Pierce increased from 15 to 50. Goodness sakes. Gwen burn effects last until the balloon is passed to level 6. Like you got 10 damage. They're not going to be burned at all. Heats Up is now global at level 7. Cocktail now ability deals 15 damage per tick and damages balloons twice as fast. So essentially 30. Level 8 and onwards. Global hellfire for you to discover your... So I don't think Ninja Kiwi could write out the rest of us because it's like you won't be able to handle this. Level 16 Gwen no longer grants the means to pop purple balloons. So it's like global hellfire, but it's like purple balloons are still not affected by this. Remember, global hellfire. So is this going to be mentioned later on in the badge notes? Oh gosh, and we still got... we're only halfway through the slides here, for goodness sakes. Let's see. Hero and tower balance. We make the plasma monkey fang. Plasma fang go global. Okay, so it's not just 20 of them. It's now every single one of them. Cross master damage type from normal to shatter. But in order to compensate, critical hit damage increased from 50 to 65. And pair that with Quincy's new passive buff to it, for goodness sakes. Boomerang monkey. When we upgrade this long range, we mean long range. From 33% increase to 300. Isn't that kind of like the entire map? Does not affect 501 Glaive Lord orbiting glaive distance from Glaive Lord. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Red hot range damage type from normal to plasma. Okay. Red hot range bonus damage to fortified balloons increased from 0 to 1. Okay, so rather than being able to damage purple balloons, it can now it now does bonus damage to what am I saying? To fortified balloons here. Tax shooter. Only 32 tax with attack zone. It seems a bit low, so we're bumping up the attacks it can shoot. Yeah, because that's not going to end with consequences. Hot shot damage is changed from normal to fire. This obviously doesn't affect like 4 and 5 because they're by default fire. Hot shots bonus damage to lead balloons increased from 0 to 1. We're definitely blazing it here. The tax zone tax fires from 32 to 420. 420 blizzard. Yo. Slide 15. Let's see. Bomb tower. Truly making the second biggest explosions of all time. First being the biggest one mortar. So I think looking from this, we can just summon up that the default attacks have just been changed from normal to explosion, but Balloon Crush and the Moab Eliminator. Okay, so this is very vague here. Balloon Crush explosive radius increased to half the map wide. Great, because that's not going to stun a bunch of Moabs and ceramics. 502 frag bombs now make other frag bomb towers more powerful. That's pretty cool. So that also buffs like the Moab Eliminator, the 052. So Moab Eliminator, main attack damage and also explosion. Explosive radius increased a quarter to the map wide. But then again, isn't this like the bomb tower with the least amount of pierce? Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. And 250 Moab Eliminator grants bonus Moab damage to Moab Assassin ability. That's pretty neat, actually, because it's like, that does bonus damage anyways. Let's see. Bomb Blitz now creates an endless number of additional cluster bombs until a set of cluster bombs reaches the edge of the map. So you could fire it in the middle of the map and it could create like 10 additional cluster bomb explosives. And because of the fact that the wider you go, the bigger the amount of clusters that you create. Bloody hell, that's powerful. 005 Bomb Blitz passive ability now insta-kills fortified ZOMGs and stuns... This is illegal here. Stuns bads. DTs and fortified bads are not affected. Crikey. 205 Bomb Blitz now makes other cluster bombs more powerful. Nice. 500 Super Brittle damage type from normal to metal freeze. Okay, so now it can no longer damage white balloons or frozen balloons. And then 502 Super Brittle damage, so that's refreeze, from normal to metal glacier freeze. So glacier enables a tower to damage a frozen type balloon here. So in this case, the only kind of balloon that the Super Brittle cannot attack at all is those white balloons. And zebras as well. So, Absolute Zero ability now grants other ice monkeys, 100% attack speed and 100% pierce. Okay, so rather than being plus 50 like it was before, now it's plus 100%. Permafrost Absolute Zero ability now slows blimps permanently from 25 to 75%. God, this is going to make certain towers in 2 Megapop scenarios that much better, or even possible, sorry. Let's see. Icicle Impale damage type from Shatter to Glacier. If it kind of makes sense, actually, because of the fact that Shatter can actually pop a frozen balloon. But now in this case, it cannot. Or damage white balloons. And then 205, so 2 standing for Metal Freeze. Icicle Impale damage type from normal to Metal Glacier Freeze. So now it can no longer damage the white balloons. But it can still pop leads, which is kind of neat, actually. Glue Gunner. Those blimps move a little too quickly. One of the influence. Like, Mo Glue's good enough as it was. Okay. Corrosive glue damage type now it's from acid to plasma. I presume it still has like the effects of acid, where it slowly chips away the health of a balloon. Sorry. Glue Storm while near a Mo Glue grants ability slow down to blimps, excluding bads. Well, I'm glad they didn't pass it on to Relentless Glues as well, but it's like, really? So now the Mo Glue is sharing its pink glue with the Glue Storm while it just showers the entire I'm gonna say this is OP. 003 Mo Glue now slows down blimps from 37 point... Okay, they just switched the numbers around. This is just a joke here. Like, this is just, like, combine this with the permafrost from Absolute Zero. Like, how slow is this? How slow do blimps have to be before Ninja Kiwi is satisfied? And the Super Glue Gunner now enhances all Mo Glue and Relentless Glue Gunner Pierce. Neat. Okay, Sniper Monkey. No more lead popping potential leaves room for means to make Sniper Monkeys utilize their lack of lead popping for lead stunning. Okay, so similar to the bomb towers. Oh, sorry, from Striker Jones's passive means. So any of the Sniper Monkeys that can give it essentially lead popping potential goes from normal to Shatter. So it just can't pop lead balloons, but it can still pop frozen balloons. Let's see. Stuns leads and bloody hell, we can stun DUTs. And the Cripple Moab now only grants Moab class balloons bonus damage from other attacks to bads and boss balloons. Okay, so it can no longer apply it to the BFB, the Moab, and the ZOMG, and the DET. Kind of liked it in between round 6 to 99 on chimps. But that's if you can afford a cripple map, for goodness sakes. Okay, and the night vision goggles grants even more burst damage. Camo balloons from +2 to +3. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Monkey sub! This change... Shrine sinks. Oh, what are you trying to go along with there? This change... I think this kind of sinks. Anyways, 520 energize a damage type from normal to plasma, so it can't pop frozen balloons because it has that fire aura around it. But then it's like, the heat tip dart's damage type is now normal to fire. Or maybe that's meant to say truly sinks. A 005 sub commander now only grants 1.5 times damage to other subs, along with +2 PS other subs. Wasn't it like double the damage and +4 PS? Yeah, that does definitely sink. Oh dear. Okay, Monkey Buccaneer. Boat farming now keeps up with Monkey Farm. Oh, great. What is Ninja Kiwi concocted with this? Merchant Man now generates 300. Favorite Trades now generates 750. And Trade Empire generates 1500. Along with boosting all Merchant Men and Favorite Trades by that. Those are... It says all of them. So the cap is gone. So you could have like 100 of them on screen. And you could have like for each farm or each merchant man, like 1500 per round. Bloody hell, that's broken. Monkey Ace was still not comfortable with how cheap the Sky. You keep nerfing the price of Sky Shredder, and on top of that, you're removing its means of being able to damage any type of balloon. Like you just straight up nerfing the Sky Shredder to a point where it's literally becoming the next perma spike. A few updates ago. Okay, so dart attack damage type normal to sharp, missile attack damage type normal to explosion. You're making it another 8,000 more expensive. Okay, here you go. Tsar Bomber bomb attack damage from normal to explosion. The ground zero and Tsar Bomb ability damage type from normal to explosion. Gosh. Flying Fortress dart. Okay, that's normal to sharp, normal to explosion. They increase the price from 80. Okay, this is really specific. 100,100. Okay, they truly are nuking aces here. Dart attack damage decreased from 4 to 2, and ceramic and Moab damage down to 1. Yeah, I get that the amount of attack speed is now tripled, and if it has the faster fire rate, then it's quintupled. But it's like the amount of damage you're doing anyways doesn't compensate for the increase in attack speed. So why would you want this? Why would you want to pursue that? I don't get it. More hero and tower balance, heli-pilot, making the entry to access for the heli-pilot that tiny bit easier. Okay, so reducing the price by 50. Okay, not huge, but okay. Razor Rotor's rotor damage type from normal to shatter. So it can still pop frozen, but not lead anymore. Special pop operations marine damage type from normal to sharp. They're essentially making it so that the darts that the marine fires out are acting like the darts fired out from submarines. So it's not as aggressive as, let's say, the shurikens fired out from the ninja, but it's more like it has some delay before it actually attacks that next balloon. So this is kind of handy, actually. And Comanche Commander grants all bottom path heli pilots twice as many missiles to fire. That's pretty neat, actually. Okay, Mortar Monkey, making the biggest one earn its name for providing the biggest explosion of any tower. Okay, so the increase from 1 to 2 wasn't enough. They decided to increase the base damage from 2 to 3. 2 to 3. Like, that is big. Let's see, the biggest one, blast radius, increased from 80 to 500? Isn't that like the entire screen or more than that? Bloody hell. And also this, main explosion pierce increased from 200 to infinite. Nothing is escaping the biggest one, for goodness sakes. And paired with an MIB, oh gosh, nothing is going to survive it. Perhaps aside from like bads and bosses. Paired with a burning stuff, it's increased from 50 to 70 damage. Like, Jesus Christ, for goodness sakes. The middle path mortars have been changed from normal to explosion, but actually grants additional damage to lead, ceramics, fortified balloons, middle class balloons, and boss balloons. So basically, like, anything that would require some additional leverage anyways, it's like, you could just have it. But by the way, you can't pull up black balloons, so those deities are still going to sail past. Popanor ability, damage type from normal to explosion. Attack cooldown reduced like a little bit again. Like, it now shoots even faster. With a bigger blast radius, it increases the Popanor's default attack, I imagine, from 32.2 to 40.3. Crikey. And well, actually, this gives some utility as to actually pursue bomb path. Burning stuff damage increased from 1 to 3. Okay, that's probably the least important out of all of these, but it's like the biggest one's main explosion pierced from 200 to infinite. Like, that's just stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Darting Gunner, making the Mad the ultimate blip annihilator, but setting back its non-blimp popping capabilities. Alright. Okay, so this is expected. The Ray of Doom damage type is from normal to plasma. Yep, expected. Middle path, main damage type. Main attack damage type from normal to explosion. Okay, so it's not specifying the ability, so you could still probably pop black balloons with this ability. Kind of giving you more incentivizing of when to time your abilities. So the Mad just does 2500 damage per missile against any middle class balloon, and I presume this is bosses as well. But, and again, when it comes to non-blimps, the pierce is decreased from 7 to 1, and then with 0.5 did from 8 to 2. They're really making it so that you have to pick another tower in order to pop that ceramic, for goodness sakes. Okay, Wizard Monkey. Setting back the top half's Moab class balloon damage while making them better against hordes of weaker balloons. No balloon safe from the Prince of Darkness. It's like AOO is not even safe from... It's not even close on the keyboard. Let's see. Arcane Spike bonus damage against Moab class balloons decreased from 6 to 10, but the pierce increased from 7 to 20. Attack speed increased from... Don't you mean attack cooldown reduced or something along the lines from 0.275 to 0.202125? Okay, but that was even more bizarre than earlier. And then Arcane Spike Pierce with 401 increased from 12 to 35. 35? That's like a 75% increase from not getting 401. From just sticking at 400, pursuing the middle path. And then the Archmage Bolt bonus damage. Okay, so it's only specifying the bolt, not the fire that it conjures out. Against middle class balloons decreased from 27 to 18. Yeah, taking a third off. And then the pierce increased from 11 to 45. Okay, that's going to serve really well on round 98. And then the bolt attack speed. Okay, so again, not specifying the fire, it's just the bolt. From 0.1375 to 0.097125. And then as well, if you go with bottom path, increases the pierce from 16 to 55. Zombie balloon damage type from normal to plasma. Okay, so one of the biggest strengths of the undead balloons was the fact that they can damage any type of balloon. Prince of Darkness graveyard range increased to global, so any balloon that's popped adds to its graveyard. Yeah, get now MIB and that change is just null and void. Okay, next up, Super Monkey. For a 500,000k upgrade, it seems odd that the Golden Monkeys cannot see camos by default, so a change in that. So, True Sun God can now detect and pop camo balloons by default, and if you get, obviously, Ultra Vision, okay, now grants 20% damage from all attacks against, I presume all attacks as in, like, the True Sun God itself, against camo balloons. That's pretty neat, actually. And also that means it's even more effective against phase and boss events. Ninja Monkey gotta go fast! Sonic. Grandmaster Ninja Pierce increased from 4 to 10. Attack speed increased from 0.217 to 0.193. Okay, but while they're doing this, they're nerfing the the buffs that the middle path gives you, from +8 to +6%, you're going to really need a lot of them, like 20 of them to get that +60, or +120 actually. Let's see. So the bottom path ninjas flash bomb attacks now can't pop black balloons. So still very good against leads, but not very good against DETs now. You need an MIB for that. Same with sticky bombs. Oh gosh, the master bomb now throws a Tsar Bomber bomb on the strongest bomb every 10th sticky bomb throw. It's probably going to come with that sound effect as well. Whoosh. Great, and now you can pair it with a village and overclock and like middle path ninjas, and you can be able to throw Tsar bombers whenever you want. Okay, Alchemist. Mob mentality when more are perma-buffed by perma-brew. Alchemist damage type from acid to plasma. Okay, so part of the veteran honors thing when the tower has been down for 100 rounds. So, permanent brew, provides a 1% damage and 1% attack speed. The more towers are affected by the stronger stimulant buff from the permanent brew. So it's not acidic mixture dip, it's just the stronger stimulant part. And then now actually an actual reason to pursue middle path rather than just go a bottom path just to increase your attack speed of like buffing towers. So 520 permanent brew with the stronger stimulant now provides +2 bonus damage to fortified balloons from buff towers affected by permanent brew. Brilliant. And now alchemists can now buff each other with their respective buffs, but cannot buff itself. That makes sense. It cannot use its knowledge on itself, but for others. Druid Monkey. Poplusts can now buff themselves, and many more Poplusts can buff each other and other druids to keep up with middle buff ninjas, for goodness sakes. Druids can now receive up to 20 Poplust buff stacks, which is kind of whacked anyways, because they're really powerful. Hardthorn's damage type now goes to Shatter rather than normal. Freezing Ball damage type from normal to plasma. Super Tornado damage type normal to plasma. A little bit of a price reduction in the Superstorm. Spirit of Forest now buffs other middle path druids by giving them another vine to summon from the ground. And the Populus can now buff itself. That's brilliant, actually. It's just like with the ninjas, it can buff itself now. So Banana Farm. By the way, my voice is kind of going a little bit here from all this talking. A tad higher price to put down farms. Those central markets now provide even more end-of-round money potential for bomb buccaneers. Like they need it ready from their boss anyways from this update. Banana Farm placement cost increased from 1,250 to 1,310. Reasonable. They're going to pay for themselves in the long run. Banana Central price increased from 100,000 to 135,000. You know, that is kind of justified because of the fact that, well, they buff banana research facilities, just like in this case here. Now grants all banana research facility monkey farms plus 30 more money generated rather than plus 25. Banana Central now generates 1,500 rather than 1,200 per crate. So you're essentially paying for this anyways in a few hours. And then obviously with the pairing of valuable bananas, it's 1,875 per crate rather than 1,500. So when you put down stuff like Monkey City and a fertilizer, that's like 3,000 or something along those lines per crate. Or 2,500, I don't know. Let's see now. Central Markets and the Monkey Wall Street now provides 20% increase to every single one of these, along with no stack limit. Bloody hell. We're earning money in this update. 025 Monkey Wall Street now generates 5,000 at the end of round. So, okay, so this is also aligning with valuable bananas. Now it gives you an incentivization to, well, even an even bigger one, to go with the valuable bananas alongside it. Why would you ever go with bottom cross path with Banana Central, for goodness sakes? Who does that? That's truly a useless cross path. Okay. Let's see. Spike... It's supposed to be Spike Tower or Spike Factory. Oh, dearie me. More trolling. Okay, we won't change the damage type of support towers to feel more of a support role. We're knocking down the explosive radius of the super mines, but we're making the explosions themselves more powerful. Crikey. Okay, so spike damage increased from 50 to 60 with a super mine. So when a balloon makes contact with the super mine itself, when it doesn't explode, but then again it does trigger mini explosions. So the radius decreased from 30 to 15, but the damage increased from 20 to 50. From the main explosions being halved, but more than doubled with the damage itself. There's a little bit of a typo here. Explosions. And then now the permanent spikes round duration increased from 50 to 20 because it didn't feel that permanent, for goodness sakes. Let's see, Monkey Village. Camo detection required expertise. Also with other changes, MIP is more desirable than ever. Yeah, it certainly well is, Ninja Kiwi. So, 500 prime expertise now requires camo detection for mega ballistas to detect and pop camo balloons. Kind of neato actually, because we wonder why it just grants default camo detection for itself. Okay, this is another little change here. The grow blocker now slows down regrow balloons in its radius by 10%. That's pretty nice actually, giving the towers more chances to pop regrow balloons. Call to arms ability now causes all towers to have an increased attack speed by 75%, rather than just a 50% increase. Homeland defense now causes increased attack speed by 150%, and now lasts for 30 seconds. So that's kind of like the entire duration of the ability coming back, isn't it? Or a little bit longer than 30 seconds. Let's see. Monkey Town cost increased from 10,000 to 11,500. Increase. Okay, the cities increased from 3,000 to 4,200. And the monkey office is more expensive. I think that's just in compensation to the monkey farms and the buccaneer farms. It's like we're herding it back just a little bit here. So, engineer monkey. Once applied to a tower, ultra boost ability at the end of each round will now passively provide an additional stack. So, if I'm reading this correctly, every time a ultra boost would be used otherwise, like at the end of each round in this case now, it provides a +1 to their attack stat, additional stack, for the end of each round for any balloons in which for any towers that you have provided an ultra boost to. So you don't have to keep on applying it to the same tower in order for it to get some additional stacks. So it doesn't actually say about it, but the overclock aspect also applies. All towers can now be ultra boosted stacked by 100 instead of 10. Great. Now the tower go even faster, and by 100 rounds, all the stacks will just be on like nearly every tower you have. But they still make it so that you can use the ability more than 3 times around. Ultra boost one of the map will now. Okay, I think we got the gist of that. And also, 150 Ultra Boost Sentry Guns now perform +2 damage, +2 bonus damage to Metal Class balloons and +4 bonus damage to boss balloons. Are we kind of getting this anyways with deconstruction? But then again, that's just the Mower Class part, but it's not like also fortified part. Beast Handler, Fish's food. Fish's friend, not food. Okay. Any dinosaurs paired with fishes from the same beast handler tamer now performs +20 attack speed. So, yeah. Beneficial dinosaurs do not eat your fish pals. Any dinosaurs or fishes paired with 002 or higher birds from the same beast handler tamer can now attack camo balloons. Okay, so it's like the bird is pointing towards that balloon. It's like, yay! You can attack that, you know. Oh, right, I can see it. Pop it. Any birds paired with fishes paired from the same beast handler tamer performs additional flap attacks. That's kind of neat, actually, giving bonuses to the birds. But what about the fishes? What bonus do they have? Oh yeah, this is the benefit, actually. The camo detection. Any birds paired with or higher dinosaurs paired from the same beast handler tamer can pop lead balloons. Isn't that kind of just giving it the normal damage type anyway? For goodness sakes. I don't want to read this anymore. Okay. New monkey knowledge point. So we're out of the balance changes. Beast horde. Beasts get a 1% attack speed increase for more of the same beast on the map. Benefits lost when a beast is merged with another beast handler. So it's kind of like you could have like 100 dinosaurs, like 100 T-Rexes, and they all like get double the attack speed because there's so many of them. So it's very, very minute, but it is worthy of being like a monkey knowledge point because of the fact that A, it's such a small increase, and B, we've yet to have a monkey knowledge point specifically dedicated to a beast handler. So that's kind of neat, actually. Oh, here we go. Veteran Honors full list. So after 10 rounds of deployment, plus 5% attack speed, plus 1 pierce, plus 10% attack speed. Kind of the same thing going on here. Oh, this time it's plus 1 damage as well. So I think this is a cumulative. So after 50 rounds of deployment, 25% range, or plus 25% production for monkey farms. So it's pretty neat, actually. Oh gosh, this is going to pair very well with Banana Central. Plus 2 bonus damage to ceramics and fortified balloons. Pretty neat, actually. 70 rounds after deployment, plus 20% attack speed, and also plus 2 damage. After 80 rounds, plus 2 bonus damage to Mo class balloons, and 4 to ceramics and fortified. That's pretty cool. 90 rounds after deployment, plus 35% range, and 35% plus production for monkey farms, and also plus 5 pierce. And here we go. 100 rounds after deployment grants normal damage type and camo detection. Just like ignore all the other things that you gain. This is just it, okay? And then obviously there's no additional benefits after that because that's kind of like the ultimate benefit that you could truly give. Okay, here's some information about it. Veteran Honors is accessible in all game modes. Like with monkey knowledge points, this can be turned on or off for the raw Bloons Tower Defense 6 experience. Can only be accessed once players have accessed veteran levels in Bloons Tower Defense 6, similar to monkey knowledge points, or just monkey knowledge in general. Regardless if veteran honors is turned on or off, veteran honors by default does not affect a chimp's game. Pretty cool, actually. God, look at this. Veteran level 999, the highest level, can reward you with the secret sauce achievement with the Larry face. What? Is it like the official Ninja Kiwi account has level 999? Gosh, they're dissing themselves, honestly. Bloody hell, look at this OP modifier full list. What? Wait a minute, it doesn't even say anything about like when you initially deploy down a tower. Maybe that's kept as a secret. Okay, so let's look at this. So from what I can see, it's changes made depending on when you upgrade a tower. So it's tier 1 and tier 4. So we're actually going to go from left to right, top to bottom, essentially. So tier 3 upgrade only. So it could randomly give you one of the following damage types. You don't want the passive one randomly rolled for you because that just means you just don't attack in general. So I think out of all of these, you would want Shatter, Plasma, Fire, no, not Explosion though. Like, yes, you can pop leads, but it's like you can't even damage DDTs at that point. But Plasma you can, Fire you can. But Shatter for everything else, aside the leads. So I think Shatter, Plasma, and Fire are the 3 that you would really want to go for. But then after 100 rounds, the the normal damage type would just kick in anyways. But you definitely don't want passive. Cold is not good against white balloons. Also not good against DDTs and leads. There's just so much going on here. And Fire and Plasma are essentially the same. I don't get it. But sharp is definitely better than energy. Energy, besides passive, is by far the worst, honestly. So cold is pretty down there as well. Sharp is okay. So tier 2 and tier 5 upgrades. Grants tower extra damage to ceramics upon a tier 2 or tier 5 upgrade, ranging from +1 to +10. I presume that's what's going to be told down here. It's like, what does this mean? This can apply to ceramics, blimps, waterfalls, cameras, leads, frozen, bad boss balloons. Certain scenarios you don't want the boss balloon because you're not in a boss event. And then over here, let's see. Oh, they've got like rarities here, kind of similar to collection events. So upon doing this, grants tower +2 damage to all attacks. Oh, this is okay. This is most common if you get the base damage increase. +5. +20 is a bit OP, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it is rare, but that's a bit OP. Probably whittled that down to 10, sorry. Grants tower +5, +15, +50. Okay, that needs whittling down. +2 pierce, +5 pierce, +20 pierce. It's only really beneficial for an attack with a low pierce cap anyway, so this is really beneficial for those with a low pierce cap, and not hugely beneficial on a high pierce cap tower like, say, Ray of Doom. 10% attack speed. Like, I think attack speed is like less of a buff than, let's say, just the base damage attack increasing. There's other stuff as well, like grants the tower the means to ignore line of sight, so it kind of acts as like a plane or a helicopter. Grants tower ability cooldowns 75% than usual. Okay, so you're able to activate 4 abilities rather than 3, essentially. And or this one is like you'll be able to activate 4 rather than 2. Something along those lines. Or, what's very rare, +5 base damage to all attacks, +15 attack range, +5 to pierce to all attacks, and +10% attack speed. I don't think that's as OP as like +20 base damage. Could be, but this is like, that's not as cool as that. Okay, so for tier 1 and tier 4 upgrades, if you get a modifier of a certain type on a tier 1 upgrade for a tower, for example, +5 base damage to all attacks. You do not have access to the other modifiers of the same type for a tier 4. Okay, so this is pretty neat. So it's like you cannot get, let's say, +2 and +5 of base damage increases. That's pretty neat, actually. So you're always going to get one from a different type of category of upgrade. For tier 2 and tier 5, lower numbers are more common than high numbers. Also, you can get the same modifier twice. So you could essentially get +20 to blimp damage if you're very, very lucky, sorry. Tier 3 modifier affects all attacks. So if you have if you have a sharp and an explosive, the game is like, nah, we're sticking you with passive. You don't want passive, by the way. Oh dear. So that's like with veteran honors, OP modifier can be turned on or off, like with monkey knowledge. Unlike veteran honors and monkey knowledge, OP modifier can be. This is going to be a little bit like, it's just going to tone down the difficulty of chimps, which is not going to be good for players that like it as it is. But you have the option to turn it off. Oh, you could also, like, Ninja Kiwi could also make it so that the black border is only possible without the OP modifier. Yes. So even if you clear the map without restarting the round, it's like this could be a possibility. Actually, you could still stick it so that a true chimp scenario is the fact that you didn't put the OP modifier on. Okay, the finale to it. Looking forward. Like with the Nautic Siege Core Paragon, we are so ecstatic about the new features and changes made for Bloons TD 6 with update 42.0, landing for all of you to play. Hoping by update 43 or mid-season at update 42, we will have a confirmed release date of Bloons TD 6 on both the PS4 and PS5 consoles. We're not able to list out everything that we are working on. A lot of teasers were dropped in update 41.0 notes. There were lots of them, like say a new tower and a new hero. But rest assured, we are very, very hard at work to deliver new and exciting stuff for Bloons TD 6. As always, thank you for your feedback with detecting bugs in the game for us in the studio to stamp out. Ooh, a new Paragon, Fountain of Nature, abnormal weather patterns, the ground itself quaking, and the inner rage we all hold inside. The Druid, so Fountain of Nature, I presume is its name. The Druid Paragon will take form of all three paths to bring about utter destruction to balloons of all shapes and sizes. If in a pinch, activate for one time around ability Super Ultra Mega World Ender Storm. What? They couldn't give it like a more authentic name, so they just put together a bunch of words to severely damage and blow back all balloons except boss balloons back to the start of the map. So I think because they didn't say like excluding bad, it also blows back bad. But I'm glad it's like a one time around usage, so it's like you can only use it in a pinch, like let's say relying on Legend of the Night. But even then it's like not that is always available for every round. So the more lanes there are, the more storms will appear, obviously one per lane. Appearing at the very earliest of update 45, as we have a new boss appearing in update 43, along with a new monkey tower in update 44. Oh dear, there's been a lot here, but we're near the end here. Being update 42.0, something blazing will happen mid-season. So stay tuned to our Twitter/X, along with being a member of our Discord. We know that some of you have given us feedback concerning some of the harder boss events, like with the Bloonarius on Ouch and Lich on Polyphemus, Phase now upon run with business restrictions. But rest assured that there will be more accessible to casual player boss events in the near future. You can't cater for all kinds of players, so mixing up the formula with some otherwise very difficult scenarios makes things interesting and more approachable for hardcore players can be a nice balance. Last, but certainly not least, Bloons TD 7 is releasing the day after Update 42.0 only for the Nintendo GameCube. So happy bobbing. So only for the Nintendo GameCube. A console that is like between 1 and 2 decades old and definitely out of production line. For all players, new and current, thank you for making our time making new stuff Bloons TD 6 that extra bit more fun. With a laugh heart as well. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we have one of the best communities out there, and we couldn't be here without you. Truly from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Oh, that's so nice. That's pretty good. Wait. Hold on. I just need to bring this up. Oh my god, Ninja Kiwi had us here with a fiddle. April Fools get wrecked. So you're telling me that after 1.5 hours of reading out your patch notes, that you're telling me that this is all an April Fool's joke? Oh, for goodness sakes. I've no idea. Why? Why'd you do this, Ninja Kiwi? Why'd you put me as the guinea pig? Anyways, the actors up. I've spent a long time putting together this video when it comes to like the patch notes and stuff, like doing all this here and there. I absolutely loved it, honestly. Like, I love putting this scene together. It took me a long time to like come up with like different patch note ideas and trying to make it as, well, not as one-to-one as possible, but it's making a very similar patch notes updates that Ninja Kiwi would make on Reddit and stuff like that. So it's like, it truly looks like something that they would actually come up with. So I'm hoping that that kind of conveyed forwards to you. I know this has been a very, very long video, and it's kind of something that you would probably only want in about 20 minutes or so, but it's like, I really want to go through all of this and see what what quote-unquote Ninja Kiwi actually did. But that's not the case when this has all been an April Fool's video. And obviously, you should have you should have noticed that it was April Fool's, considering the fact that Ninja Kiwi never puts a winky face in their update notes on the first slide at the very least, or never at all actually. Like, they wouldn't put this sort of stuff. Why would you think that this is an official patch notes from Ninja Kiwi when there's a winky face involved? And also a grin face as well. The love heart I can probably see. But the winky faces, honestly. And I don't ever see Ninja Kiwi making a change like, let's say, increase the long range from 33% to 300% increase, or the absurdness of what is the glue gunners. Honestly, like, this is too OP, and definitely too OP for 2 megapop scenarios. And also Monkey Buccaneers is like probably one of the most broken memes, because of the fact it doesn't have a cap on it now. It's like, why? But increasing the Sky Shredder price again, that's not so April Fools. I can see them doing that again. I can also see them as well changing the damage types as well. Probably not this excessive, but I can still see that as a possibility of happening. So yeah, folks, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this video as much as I've had creating it, and please be sure to give this video a like, comment, subscribe if you've not done so already. And looking forward to seeing everyone's comments down there, because I presume there are going to be some people who be like, wait, are you telling me this is not the patch notes? And wait, are you telling me this is an April Fool's joke? Like, yeah, why? Why did you create a video like this? Why didn't you show us something interesting, like, let's say a 23 megapops with a base dart monkey or something? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves.